Title: The Magical Boots of Willow Woods. Once upon a time, in the quiet village of Everberry, nestled beside the mysterious Willow Woods, lived a curious 10-year-old boy named Toby. Toby loved adventure more than anything. While other children played games or helped their parents, Toby would spend his time exploring hidden corners of the village and peeking into the edge of the dark forest. Everyone in Everberry warned him, never go too deep into Willow Woods. Strange things happen there. But to Toby, that only made the woods more interesting. One bright summer morning, as golden rays peeked through his window, Toby grabbed his backpack, packed a sandwich, a bottle of water, and his lucky compass, then tiptoed past his snoring father and quietly slipped out of the house. "I'll just explore a little," he whispered to himself. "No one will even notice." As he wandered deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller and thicker. The air smelled of damp earth and something else, something magical. Birds chirped unfamiliar tunes, and the leaves rustled in a rhythm that seemed like a secret language. Suddenly, Toby stumbled over something hard buried in the ground. He looked down and saw a pair of dusty old boots poking out from under a bush. They looked strange, shiny even in the shade, with tiny golden wings on their sides. Curious, Toby brushed them off and tried them on. They fit perfectly. The moment he stood up, the boots sparkled and lifted him a few inches off the ground. "Whoa!" Toby gasped. The boots floated forward, gently guiding him deeper into the forest. Toby wasn't scared. He was thrilled. "Magic boots! This is amazing!" He zoomed over bushes, across rivers, and through thick patches of trees. He flew so fast he couldn't stop giggling. Eventually, the boots slowed down and gently landed him in a glowing clearing. In the center stood a tall toadstool with a glowing blue door. "Is this a fairy house?" Toby wondered aloud. The door creaked open, and out stepped a tiny creature no taller than Toby's knee. She wore a purple dress made of flower petals and had wings like a dragonfly. "Welcome," she said. "I'm Leary, the guardian of Willow Woods, and you, young traveler, have found the boots of bravery." "The boots of what?" Toby asked, eyes wide. "Bravery," Leary said, smiling. "They only appear to those who are truly brave at heart, and it seems they've chosen you." Toby beamed. "Does that mean I'm a hero now?" Leary laughed. "Not yet, but there is something you can help with. Follow me." Leary led Toby into the glowing toadstool house. Inside, it was much bigger than it looked on the outside. There were floating candles, shelves full of books, and jars glowing with strange light. Leary pointed to a map on the wall. "A shadow has crept into the heart of Willow Woods. The crystal flower that keeps the forest alive has been stolen by the gobblegrin, a greedy creature who hates sunlight and joy. Without the flower, the woods will wither." Toby frowned. "That sounds terrible. Where is this gobblegrin?" Leary pointed to a dark cave at the edge of the map. "Here. But be careful. The gobblegrin uses fear to trap travelers." Toby stood tall. "I'll go. I have the boots of bravery, right?" Leary smiled. "Yes, but remember, real bravery doesn't come from boots. It comes from your heart." Toby set off, his magical boots flying low over the mossy ground. The trees became darker and twisted. Strange eyes peeked from behind branches, but Toby didn't turn back. At last he reached the cave. It was cold and damp. Shadows danced along the walls. "I can do this," Toby whispered to himself, stepping inside. Suddenly, a booming voice echoed, "Who dares enter my cave?" Toby gulped. "I'm Toby, and I've come for the crystal flower." A pair of glowing red eyes appeared in the darkness. The gobblegrin slithered forward. It was a large, scaly creature with long claws and a mouth full of sharp teeth. "You?" it sneered. "A little boy? What can you do?" Toby stood his ground. "I may be small, but I'm not afraid of you." The gobblegrin laughed. "Let's test that." With a snap of its claws, the cave filled with scary images, giant spiders, howling wolves, and thunder cracking all around. Toby felt fear creep into his heart. He closed his eyes. Then he remembered Leary's words. Bravery comes from your heart. He took a deep breath and said, "These are just illusions. You can't scare me." The images vanished. The gobblegrin growled, "Impossible!" Toby's boots glowed brighter. "Give me the crystal flower!" The gobblegrin hissed, but something changed. Its scales started to crack, and light shone through. Toby realized the creature wasn't evil. It was lonely. He stepped closer. "You're not really bad, are you? You're just sad." The gobblegrin looked surprised. "No one ever asked why I took the flower. Everyone just called me a monster." Toby gently said, "Maybe you just need a friend." There was a long silence. Then slowly the gobblegrin nodded. It reached into the shadows and pulled out a glowing blue flower. "You can take it back," the creature said. "But will you come visit me sometimes?" Toby smiled. "Of course I will." As he took the crystal flower, the cave began to glow with warm light. The shadows disappeared, and the gobblegrin started to shrink until he became a small, chubby creature with big eyes and a shy smile. Toby flew back to the clearing where Leary waited. She clapped with joy. "You did it!" Toby handed her the flower. "The gobblegrin wasn't evil. He just needed kindness." "You've learned the most important lesson of all," Leary said. "Bravery isn't fighting with fists. It's standing up for what's right, even when you're afraid. And kindness is the greatest magic of all." Suddenly, the boots of bravery glowed one last time and floated off Toby's feet. They hovered in the air and vanished in a sparkle of light. "Where are they going?" Toby asked. "To find the next brave heart," Leary said. Toby smiled. This was the best adventure ever. He returned to Everberry just as the sun was setting. No one believed his tale, except a little girl named Lucy, who lived next door. "Will you take me there one day?" she asked. Toby winked. "Maybe the boots will choose you next time."